it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fucking up my visuals. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we some warriors, they ain't gon' run us. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my strap, put on the beam, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running this. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm in front of this. I ran in the jungle with the troops, trying to get it what it does. Battling and I ain't never lose. We some motherfucking warriors. Cover the map and still ain't know where you can find me at. Journey through the mind of an insomniac. I ain't never sleep, staying ready, keep an eye out for the fakes. For the snakes, load a clip and I'ma pull it, something shakes. Never go to battle if you plan to lose. Life a game of chess, you gotta plan the moves. Middle fingers up, I'm not a fan of rules. Fighting for the right to live in peace and not like animals. Bloods in my hands, got slugs on my gunners. You'll be notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods in my hands, got slugs on my gunners. You'll be some warriors, they ain't gon' run us. Bloods in my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods in my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my strap, put on the beam, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running this. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm running this. I ran in the jungle with the troops, trying to get it what it does. Battling and I ain't never lose. We some motherfucking warriors.
Stabilizing. Hibernation activated. All the things we do for dreams. All of the things I do for me. I know the world is saying nobody wants to go.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back everyone to another live stream with Boulder. I hope you guys out there in YouTube land are having a great day today. We are back again, back on PC. If you're like me, you have been waiting for the last month to play some Red Dead 2 on PC. It was launched not yesterday, the day before. And it has had a very bad launch. Not many people have been able to play it. Some few issues going on. But yeah, I am going to go through a little bit of troubleshooting that I did to get the game working, and hopefully it will help some of you guys out there as well. But yeah, first, if you want to check out the channel, all that kind of stuff, if you want to subscribe, make sure you hit the subscribe button there, hit the little bell that comes up next to the subscribe button so you know when I'm live, stuff like that. Yeah, we are here because, yeah, you are like me, you haven't been able to launch the game. There's been some mixed reports. Some people have had it running on some low-end systems, and people with high-end systems with like 2080 Ti's are reporting really bad performance issues. I'm about mid performance. I'm running on got a new motherboard, X570, with the AMD Ryzen 5 3600X and running an RTX 2060. So it's about mid-range. You know, it's up there. It's good. It does the job. Does what I need it to do. But for the last few days, I have had GTX 750 Master Race. Nice. I actually used to have a just a GT 720 in my old computer, and that used to work fine for me. i3. Yeah, it's about 15 years old, this computer. I recently just gave it away to a friend. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, if you look on Google, there's some stuff going on. There's not really much in the way of anyone giving any advice on how to actually launch the game. Like when you try and launch it, if you try and launch it from the desktop, it comes up and says you need to launch it from the Rockstar Game Launcher. And when you try and launch it from the Rockstar Games Launcher, people are getting the error that says Rockstar Game Launcher has unexpectedly closed for no reason, and no one can really explain why. No one's been able to find out why. But there's been a few little tips. Some people are suggesting that you right click on the exe file and you can run it as an administrator that way. Some people said they've had success doing that. I tried that. That did not work for me. Other people have suggested go into your properties, go into your compatibility, tick these boxes here, select them, click them, apply, okay, shut it down, go into your settings in here, and then you need to go to install games. Sorry, not installed games. Where is it? I've lost it. Oh yeah, account information, and then delete your local profile. Quit out of that completely. Quit out of the Rockstar Games Launcher completely. Make sure it's not running in the background like that, and then relaunch it again, and then launch the game. People have said that they've had success that way. That didn't work for me. That was sort of really the only things that was working for people. Some people were saying that if you go into your Windows and update your Windows and check for updates and stuff like that, and just do the latest update, that was allowing people to play it as well. I had all the latest updates. This is a scam to make fake Rockstar accounts like Blizzard games on PS4. I'm not even real Battle.net players. No, it's not a scam, unfortunately, though. I wish. If I was a scammer, I'd have lots of money, but I'm broke. But yes, as people were saying, update your Windows, and you could use, just move this out of the way, go into your, I got this here, Windows 10 Update Assistant. So people were saying use that to update your Windows. There's a few other methods you can look on Google to update them. That didn't work for me, and yesterday it actually got to the point where I uninstalled the game. I uninstalled, because I've also got, get out of here. I've also got Max Payne and San Andreas. I got Max Payne when I pre-ordered this, and I got San Andreas when I downloaded the shitty Rockstar launcher. So I deleted everything, and I actually put in a ticket with Rockstar to get my money back, because I was really upset and I was disappointed. It was my birthday yesterday, and all I wanted to do was play Red Dead, and I couldn't. I mean, I could play it on PS4, but I didn't want to. I played it on PS4, I want to play it on PC, and I couldn't, so I was really disappointed. So I put in a ticket with Rockstar, and they actually got back to me, and they said that have I updated my BIOS for my, I told them, they asked me all my system specs, everything like that, and they were happily going to refund the game. They were going to give me a refund, but then you got a boat for World of Warships on 1080s. 2 codes for the same boat. Oh, nice. Oh well, not really. That's a scam. But anyway, yeah, the Rockstar. I can't remember the assistant's name. They were helping me, and just a live chat. And I told them all my specs, my specifications for my PC. I'm running, like I said, I'm running a AMD Ryzen 5 3600X with an RTX 2060 and 32 gigabytes of RAM at 3200 megahertz. And I was really disappointed. You know, I bought this computer, built this computer not too long ago, built it myself to play games like this and a few other ones, Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare, you know, newest and latest games, and I couldn't play it, so I was upset. Anyway, they told me to update my BIOS. They said I should really think about updating my BIOS, and I would have a bit of success. I was actually running my BIOS. This is the latest one here. I've got an MSI Gaming Plus MPG X570 motherboard. So not everyone, like this method will not work for everyone. Like it works for people with AMD boards, I'm pretty sure, AMD chipsets. I was actually on this version here, the stock version, and the reason was I was on that one is because, where is it? HW, here it is. That one was showing that I was getting better results in here, basically. Temps and that are still roughly the same, but I was getting an all clock boost 4400, which is what my CPU should be doing, but now it's not because I've had to update it. But that's all right. We can later on go and muck around with that. So yeah, I updated. As you can see, there's been a few updates since the release of the AM4 architecture. So I updated that. I did that. Took me roughly 10 minutes. Took me like 30 seconds to download that. And then, yeah, I just restarted the computer, went into my my BIOS and inserted the USB, which I saved it to, and loaded the game up. And as soon as I did, I hit play, and it worked. And it was like, game works. Excellent, I got it working. So that was a bonus. I was really happy about that. Right. And then, yeah, I was trying to run it. It was running okay. I'm running, I've just got a 1080p monitor. I can't play it at 4K HDR, not yet. We will get there eventually. There you go. I'm getting past this screen. A lot of people saying they couldn't even get past this screen here. Yeah, 144 hertz, 1080p monitor. And I was just running it uncapped, see what sort of frames I could get, doing some benchmarks and stuff like that. And I wasn't getting very high. I wasn't getting very much at all. It was actually pretty low. All right. Actually, I'm just going to shut that down again. This is one other thing I just want to say before I go into it. I did a few other things, and this might also have affected. I did this before I actually launched the game. I need to find the website again. I just searched for GTA launch arguments, available command lines for GTA on PC, and these will work for Red Dead as well. I saw this on the in Reddit, someone on Reddit. I tried all this before I actually did my BIOS update. So what I did is because the game likes to launch in Vulkan, and if you're like me, you've got an RTX card, it's not gonna, Vulkan will run on RTX, and it actually does run pretty well. But for some reason, my card just doesn't want to start the game in Vulkan. So I forced it into, I just went DX12, sorry. Forced the game to run in DX12. I'll show you where I put them into the Rockstar launcher. So same thing, into your settings, my installed games, down the bottom, you've got some launch arguments. So yeah, DirectX 12, and the game also wants to launch in 4K, 4K width and height, whatever that is, 32. Can't think at the moment. 19, yeah, whatever it is. And like I said, I've only got a 1080p monitor. So I forced it to run in DX12 by putting the launch arguments in, and then the width and height at 1080p, and also full screen, because the game will continuously launch in windowed mode. Even though I've done this here, it still sometimes likes to go into windowed mode. So yeah, all the launch arguments are there, they're available, and the ones that I used were just down, where is it, down here, full screen, then your width and your height, and if you want to, you can also muck around with stuff like this. And that seemed to work for me. So yeah, once I did that and my BIOS update, the game was running. And yeah, we'll jump back in now. Go back in, and we'll do a little bit of benchmarking, because like I said, I started to run the game. It was running really nice. It looked really good, but I was having some frame dips, and just generally didn't. Yeah, like it wasn't that great. So I mucked around with it a little bit and just did some tinkering, and I found what worked for me. But because I'm running it at on a RTX 2060, NVIDIA recommends that you run it sort of medium to high settings, locked at 60 frames. So if you're trying to go uncapped like me, that's when you're going to run into some issues. So I've just locked it, and now that I'm streaming, it's automatically locked to 60 frames because of my Elgato. And yeah, I'll do some benchmarkings and that, and I'll show you how we can maximize the best that we got. So basically, this is what it sort of recommended for me. Like I said, medium to high. Got some things on low. So just, yeah, you can unlock all that stuff later on. Still a little bit glitchy. The user interface is a bit glitchy at the moment. There's going to be patches coming, I can guarantee that. Fix all this sort of stuff. But if you can't get the game to run directly from DirectX 12 and it's stuck in Vulkan, what you have to do then is you come down to the bottom here to your advanced graphics, go to your unlock them, and unlock them, and then you can change it there, DirectX 12 and Vulkan. I'll keep that locked at the moment, just so we can do a stock benchmark. And yeah, we'll see how the game actually runs. And this is just, like I said, optimization, and yeah, we'll do that. Hey, what's going on, Robert? Looking through subscriptions and been one of my mods since March 2017. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Don't forget, I had a big break there for a while, for about a year. I didn't really do much. Anyway, now we're into the game. I'll actually turn the music off. If you don't need the music, I actually need to hear the volume, because I haven't played with any of the volume stuff yet. Here we go. This is a game just running at stock for me. You can see all the details up on the left hand side, what the video card's doing, processor, how much RAM I'm actually using and how much is allocated, and then my average frames. The frames really doesn't matter, because like I said, it's locked to 60 anyway, so we're not here for the frames. We're just looking at the usage of the graphics card and the CPU. We're going to try and maximize the, we can try and get as much as we can out of the graphics card. I mean, this is just on stock. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I think it does anyway. Hey, what's going on, Aussie Gamer? Cheers, Sarge. Hope you're doing well, mate. For the like. Wrench needs dusted off. Especially in this channel. This must be the quietest channel that you have to do any modding for, Robert. Never any issues on this stream. Right, so I saw it get up to about 80% before in that forest scene, and that's not the most intensive scene, that one. The this one coming up. No, the next one after, I think. I've already been mucking around with this, but I thought I'd just do this and try and help anyone else that might be having some issues, like can't launch the game and they're running the same specs as me. Hey, thanks, Snow. So pretty much getting video cards running at max megahertz. I can get in 2040. That's pretty much what we're going to get out of the graphics card. But we can still get some more out of it. Like, it's still only, like you saw, that was only at 60%. Good to see finally got it going on PC. Yeah, it's taken me like all day yesterday, and when it was released from midnight, I was up for a few hours as well trying to get it to run. I was disappointed. I was just saying before how I was in a ticket with Rockstar. I was in a live chat with one of the Rockstar support crew, and I was about to get a refund. You saw that, yeah. I was about to get a refund from them, and they told me to update my BIOS from my chipset, motherboard and chipset, and I did. And yeah, it's running pretty crisp. Like, I mean, that looks pretty good to me. This is just the benchmarking anyway. I'm not even actually playing this. This is just the test out how good or bad your PC is. But I think this is going to be the next crisis. Everyone's going to be like, can your computer run Red Dead? I need to turn the volume down a bit. It's a bit loud. Get him, Arthur. The 85% on the graphics card. Yeah, this is what I'm just optimizing it at the moment, doing some tests and just showing some people some little hot fixes that people were using to get the game running for them, and what I actually did. So yeah, update the BIOS was my one, that was my fix. So you need to hit up your manufacturer's website. Average 59, so that's perfect for that. Alright, so we'll go back into our settings. I'll actually put some music back on, we don't need to audio, we'll turn the volume down a bit because that there. I wonder if that's master volume, controls over, yeah, overall volume, yep. Back. Graphics, so we're going to try and bump some stuff up a little bit. I'll go up one more for the anisotropic filtering, lighting. I'll leave all them off because they're actually the MSIA and the FXIA. They're pretty intensive on the graphics card, so I'm going to leave them off. Turn the advanced graphics on now. Bit glitchy. Motion blur off. I'm not a big fan of motion blur. Free quality, whack that to high. Got a little bit of room to play with on the graphics card, so we can afford to put some of these things up. Things like shadows, they can be really GPU intensive. It's good to have them on. I like to have the shadows because it obviously gives you the realistic look and that kind of stuff. Volumetric lighting and that sort of stuff is like the fog, and the light coming through like trees and that sort of stuff. Don't need to have that all on high. What else can we change? Let's leave we'll leave tessellation like that. Adequate quality, volumetrics. I've noticed too when I have done changed some of these settings. I was doing it earlier. I was turning some of the stuff up. Which is what I was doing. I was just use this one. I turned the stuff right up, and the quality actually looks really bad. I don't know why that is. Sometimes we're probably gonna have to back out and reopen the game because sometimes it just doesn't want to redo the benchmark. A little bit of a pain at the moment, but we're going to persevere with it, get it working. Yes, just kick this back to the menu, so we just quit out, start it again. Hopefully it saves all of our settings. Sometimes it doesn't. I read somewhere on a Reddit post too that a suggestion was made by someone that if you overclocked your CPU and you've overclocked your graphics card, maybe try and turn them off. That could be having. Here we go. We're not going to get past this screen now, are we? Some people are having issues with their overclocks. It's doing something to the game. It looks like it's locked up on us. I have to reset my PC. Obviously didn't like those settings. Still got the mouse, so... Yeah, it's completely locked up by the looks of it. Alright, give me a sec. Oh, it's taking us over to the PlayStation. I'll just do this. Yo, what's going on, Purple Haze? How you doing, man? Yeah, doing good, man. Stuffing around with this bloody Red Dead, trying to get it working. First time this has happened, though, so this is a new one for me. Hopefully that's just a one-off.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear.
Miami, everything's launching back up.
Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair. Going
Be
nowhere, I
good.
swear. Like an outlaw on the run. Dangerous, but it's so fun. Running
That was the game did that. Well, my PC froze up, but it was the game that actually did it. That is an issue that people have been saying. They can't actually get past the first shotgun shells, the first sort of splash screen. People have reported that, so 2 hours, 16 minutes. I actually haven't played. I played about 15 minutes of the story. That's sad. That's really sad. Anyway, the game will work. It does work for me now, but I'm just doing this for everyone's benefit. I'm actually going to be back a bit later on, and actually going to play the game. What's good? So let's see if it works. Yeah, here we go. Fix your shit, Rockstar. I know, they didn't even reply to me. They didn't even reply. Rockstar support didn't even reply to my answer. Everyone else, they were like, my tweet, they were like, we'll help you out, no worries, sure. Right, did the settings save? So we've got to remember, when we do setting changes, we need to actually back out of the game completely. It's locked at 144, I need to change, and it's back to windowed borderless, so there you go. Full screen. That could have been why it didn't want to launch. It was trying to launch 144 Hz when I locked it. It's going to be locked at 60 anyway because of Elgato. Alright. Looks like it's saved everything else. Shadow quality. See, I'm actually going to knock these down to medium. Don't need them on high. Even get away with putting them on low. Put them on medium, no. And then volumetrics. That's all good on that. Particle quality, that'll be good. Put that on high. They are bringing Lilith out this time. Oh, Diablo, yeah, that looks really good. I'm actually looking forward to Diablo. I'm going to be checking that out. Something that I turned off earlier, and yeah, this one it's already off. Full resolution screen, space, ambient occlusion. There's another one related to that. Buggy at the moment. That's all high. Oh, here's the grass level detail. Turn that up a little bit. Alright, let's see how it's running this time. I'll maximize the percentage on our graphics card, the GeForce RTX 2060. We're getting about 80%. If I can get 96, 97% on it, sort of at its peaks in the benchmark, then that'll be, I reckon, that'll be perfect for the story. You guys are already going up to 82% here. I mean, the graphics card's not even busting a sweat. It's like sitting around 40 degrees Celsius. Only time I'll start worrying about that's when it gets up to around 70. Some of the games I play, like I've had it cranking over 70 degrees, and you should hear it takes off. Sounds like a jet engine. You go, starting to warm up a little bit now. Good go for your smoke sesh. No worries, cheers, Snow. $76, 75%. And the graphics on this are absolutely mint. I really like it. It's going to be one of them games that's going to be really hard to optimize too, because there's just so many settings that you can tinker with until someone actually goes through and works out what everything does, apart from, you know, obviously your standard ones that people know. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for people to optimize. He does a little stagger there. That's not meant to happen. I don't know if that's because something's going on. It's like trying to load something. I mean, that's totally playable like that. It's, yeah. Totally playable. I think it looks better than what it does on the PlayStation. The stream doesn't give it any justice, of course. It's my shitty internet, so I do apologise about that. Get him, Arthur. I wasn't even watching what the graphics card was doing. Now I'm too busy watching the actual scene itself. I've already watched it a few times, but I like it. I need to just focus on them numbers up the top left. Trying to get about 80% through there, I think. Or we could even get away with 89%. Yeah, we get a bit more out of it still. So let's find some more settings that we can turn up. Right. Don't forget we've got to save it and back out again so it doesn't... Little buffering, we don't need that on. And it's gone back to 144 Hertz. Desync on. Hang on. Right here. Oh. Mission compatible, highest available. Run through the HD60S, so keep going. Game, I think, just doing it. I can't help that. But on its own. Buffering, desync on, screen. Shadows, screen space, maybe a selection quality. Let's put it up. Put that on medium. Try with this up as well.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
Alrighty, let's try again. G-Sync seems to work, kicking in now. The temps quickly because new BIOS changed my my fan settings, my fan curve that I had set up. Make sure that it's not getting too hot. Not too bad. 63, what's it averaging? 48. It was averaging about 37, I believe, so it's a little bit hotter. Yeah, I'm gonna need to fuck around with my cooling again. If I had the money, I'd water cool my system and overclock it, all that kind of crap, but I can't be bothered. Too much money, too much bloody hassle. And what, for a bloody 5% gain, 10% gain, it's not really worth it. It's not like back in the day when you overclock your CPU and you get like 40-50% out of it. That's overclocking. Yeah, you might do your graphics card so you can get a few extra frames, but that's about it. That's all I'll do. Put that down. We don't need that going. Already got it going on the other one. We make it past the gun smoke screen. Quick. Boom. if you're also using NVIDIA graphics card, you can use the new overlay stuff. They've just recently added in, like the game filters and whatnot. I've got a sharpen filter going on. Right, so check if our settings actually... doesn't look like, because we're getting... Oh no, it's doing something. Yep, lock to 60. Still window borderless though. Doesn't want to go into full screen, does it? So alright. Turn some stuff up. I think enough. I think that's where I'm running into issues. Is starting up in full screen borderless. And for some reason, full screen borderless seems to run a little bit worse than it. Yeah, look, not. Oh yeah, it should be alright. 84%. Come on, let's melt that graphics card. Give you an excuse to buy a new one. If I had it uncapped at 144, the Elgato off, it'd probably be running at about 75-80 frames at the moment. And that's when it'll be maxing out. But NVIDIA even said on their website that when you download the drivers, that yeah, if you're running an RTX 2060, 60 capped at 60, sort of mid to high with your settings, and you're going to get good performance out of the game. I reckon there'd be a launch argument to force the game to launch in 60 frames anyway. It'd have to be. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know that they got that for a lot of CS:GO and Steam games. Games that use the old Valve engine and stuff like that. You can use the command prompt and force games run at certain frames and whatnot. This is about where I had it set up before. It just looks really good like this. And yeah, the graphics card's really not doing much at all at the moment. And the CPU hasn't really been doing much at all. It's getting around sort of 40. I think I might have seen up to 60% at one stage. You go, like 40% there. It's more GPU intensive. That there, right there, locked at 60 frames, that is, I think that's ideal for this sort of configuration for my setup. You could even go a little bit more and get a little bit more out of it. You're only getting like 80% out of the graphics card, not even that, it's crazy. But yeah, this is only going to be a quick one, guys. So I'm going to leave that with them settings there. And then we're going to figure out how to get the game to actually stay in 60 FPS when I launch it up, stuff like that. But I'm not going to do that on stream. And then I'm going to be back a little bit later on with an actual gameplay live stream. So this is just a optimization and benchmarking, sort of looking at the settings, that kind of crap. Helping anyone that's having issues. Got minimum 44, maximum 62, average 59. That's perfect. That's what we're running at. Graphics card was hardly sweating at all. I'm just jumping quickly. I'm actually going to end the stream there. I'll bring up this one. Where is it? That one. Yeah, so I'm going to be back a little bit later on, guys. Probably hour and a half. Just going to go and have some, got to cook some dinner. Feed the dog, that kind of stuff. Do a bit of housework. And then I'm going to be back actually playing some Red Dead finally. We're going to jump in and go through the story on PC. So thank you everyone who tuned on to this this live stream. Like I said, I hope I can help anyone with those having the same sort of issues as I'm having. If I did, make sure you leave a like. If I didn't, I'm very sorry, and I really hope you get the game working really soon, because I do know how frustrating it can be when a game launches like this. It's not acceptable on Rockstar's part. They should know better. They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation that have had more than enough time to get this game ready for PC. It was absolutely glorious on PS4, and it is glorious on PC as well. But the way it launched, yeah, unacceptable. But what can we do? It is what it is. So I feel your pain if you can't get it to work still. But anyway, I hope to see you all out on the range very soon. Until then, BoulderBum out. Thank you very much, guys. Take it easy. Bye.